Hey, what's up, book and bays? I am back with a book series review this time. So it's the Parachute series by Takerra, and I'm just gonna do all three books at once because the books each have a time hop element. So not only is it a series, but it's really intimate to where each book is hopping from current to past times, and you can hear a part of the story in this book, a part of the story in this book. So very well written series. And yes, I'm rocking a Tupac t-shirt because, as it turns out, Miss Allen is apparently Tupac's half-sister. Let me just start by saying writing top tier. Emotional damage, I want to say, but what I really just want to say is emotional engagement. Because as hard as it was, some of the sad moments and trying times, there was also so much joy. And so, again, cue Vivian Green, because I am on an emotional roller coaster. And I love a book that can take me through the fire. Like, seriously, like, oh my gosh, y'all. This is by far at least top 5 romance book series ever. This is audio only. I've not been able anywhere to find this in print. Oh, but I wouldn't get to have this on my shelf. Oh my gosh, I want these books in print so badly. But that's a conversation for another time. Okay, again, no spoiler review here. So some things to be mindful of with this book. It really centers young love, the origin story of this couple, and then when we first meet them, they're in their mid-30s, and then we go back in time to where the main female character is 20 and the main male character is 24, and we get to see how they meet one another, how their love blossoms, and all of the things. And one of the things, so I am married to my high school sweetheart. We've been dating since I was 16 years old, and one of the things that's not talked about enough is how difficult it is to be in love early in life and have to grow up in love, and how so much of your identity can become the role that you have in this partnership. So I definitely had times where I felt like I didn't know who I was outside of the relationship. Like, I kind of lost myself, right? Because it became that we were known as this couple for longer than, at some point, it was like longer than we had been alive, we had been a couple. And what people knew was that, thing one and thing two. Like, you can't have one without the other. And so in that, and becoming a mother early, a wife early, and all of the things, I kind of feel like for a while there, lost my individual identity. And I just became these labels: partner, wife, mother, whatever, right? And not always knowing exactly who I was. So I do thank God that I have done the work, continue to do the work, and found myself again outside of these identities. Like, who am I? What do I want to be when I grow up? And all of those things. So this book, I think, does a really good job of highlighting the difficulties that come with falling in love early. And some people are like, oh my God, that's so amazing. You never really had to be out here in these pissy dating waters and whatever the case may be. And that's wonderful. And I wouldn't really change a thing, but I do want to acknowledge that there are some challenges that come along with that. So the way that young love is depicted in this book is beautiful to me, and so much of it resonated with me. I absolutely love that. Far too often, I think we just get the rainbows and butterflies and not the struggles of that. What does it look like to try to mature in a partnership, and then leaving room for people to change? Because who I am now is so far removed from who I was at 16 years old, and the same goes for my husband, right? And so you also have to leave space and try to grow together and not grow apart as everyone's evolving, hopefully, because you also don't want to be stagnant and still be who you were at 16. That ain't the goal. And so this book does a really good job of talking about that too, like the evolution of individuals, but also the partnership and what does that look like long term. Per usual, mama issues show up. Look, we're gonna have to get a support group just to deal with the way the mama issues show up in these books. So both of these characters, these main characters, these partners are dealing with mama issues that could not be more different. Yeah, and that's tough. Some of that was spot on to what I've experienced and lived with when I'm trying to work through my mommy issues and all of that. But yeah, that was also addressed very well. The main point of the book, though, again, no spoiler review, but I'm gonna say this: it's really about redemption. Like, how many chances do you give a person to redeem themselves? Can a person ever be fully redeemed? Like, do you let things go? Do you keep bringing it up? How does it shape the relationship going forward? And then with that, if you do decide to forgive a person and you're trying to heal and move on, what shame does the victim, so to speak, carry with them? Do you make peace with people maybe looking at you like, you a whole fool? Because how the hell are you gonna let him do that and get back with him? So then the question becomes like, who are you out here to make happy, yourself? Or are you trying to be pleasing in the eyes of others? Because I operate by the mindset that what somebody else thinks of me is not my business. That's their thing. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But it took a long time to get there, right? And so again, as you think about young love, we not necessarily making our best decisions that early in life. And what are the boundaries around it? How much are you willing to take? What level of deception can you deal with? And leave space for a person to come back into your life and build trust again, have faith, and all of the things. Like, these are really difficult questions to answer. These are really difficult situations to navigate. And can you trust yourself that you are capable of making good decisions when you had already thought and decided and committed to this person? Come to find out, in some ways, they may be a whole fool. So then, how do you trust yourself to have the best judgment and all of the, it's just so much, y'all. Parachutes, my gosh. I'm real talk. First time I ran through all 3 books in a 3-day period. I think I made a video at some point. Multiple nights I stayed up till after 3 in the morning when I know I had somewhere to be at 9 in the morning. I'm already not a morning person, but I had to make it work. I have already listened to all these books again. So in a 2-week period, I've listened to all 3 of these books twice now. Because I just needed to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I wanted to like more slowly absorb it all because I was in such a hurry to figure out what happened. I just wanted to make sure, and I hadn't missed anything. I was all in as I suspected I was, but also it's just such a good story. I could listen to it time and time again. So yeah, the summer's been all about the audiobooks because I've been in motion and I have loved that. But yes, all 3 of the Parachute books, there is no ebbing and flowing. All 3 are solid reads through and through. At no point does the series slow down or tank a little bit or anything like that. Just absolutely freaking phenomenal. So I got to get through Miss Allen's catalog as well. So I'm working on it. I already read one other book that I'm going to talk about, do a review at some point. But yeah, Parachute series, I'm here for it. I'm a fan through and through, and hopefully I at some point will be able to have access to a physical copy of the Parachute series, because that needs a prominent place on my bookshelf. So with that, highly encourage you to read that book, especially if you're into young love, and then what the relationship looks like 15 years in, going forward, and being able to go back and forth with some of the decisions and some things that were said and done, and how that shapes the future, and what have you. Just excellently written book. I'm like out here campaigning for it. I'm telling everybody, look, you know what, don't even talk to me till you get through Parachutes, because that's all I want to talk about. As far as books, like if that's not the book you want to discuss with me, then you won't be discussing with me. Check out Parachutes and report back to this video. All right, I bid you adieu. I encourage you to stay safe out there, stay informed, and I will catch you later. Bye. Yep.